You may have heard recently that we have agreed with Aviva to purchase Friends Provident International, and we have signed terms that commit both parties to doing that. This will take a few months to realise, but now we have to make that happen. We bought the operations both on the Isle of Man and in its other offices, Singapore, Hong Kong and the UAE. We have also purchased the rights to the brand as well, so the Friends Provident International name also comes with the company. We have bought Friends Provident International for a number of reasons. There's never one particular thing, it's several. First, it creates scale in the enterprise, so by becoming bigger, you become more efficient, there's economies of scale, you get more strength in all your relationships, advisors, banks, investment houses, regulators, etc. So it makes us bigger, more scaled, and it allows us also to bring the strengths from RL360 across to FPI and vice versa. Well, it's early days, but the only reaction we've had has been extremely positive from the advisors that we know. And I guess most of the advisors will work with both companies in some capacity or other. So it's been very positive. I think for some advisors in some countries, it means there are one or two products that we can offer, like term assurance, for example, that we haven't been able to do up until now. For those that know us, they know that we have very, very robust systems and customer service processes, and hopefully we can, all that money we've invested in those over recent years, we can use to help FPI where that's appropriate. They also like the fact that RL360 is very committed to the markets where we operate. That's well known. Both, I think. If I was an advisor, I'd want there to be reasonable choice in product providers. So obviously, if there is a continuing reduction in the number of life companies, that's not good news for advisors. That said, it's important that where there are companies in the market, that they're strong, robust, committed, financially robust, and therefore it's not just about the numbers of companies, it's about are they good companies doing good things with good products. And it shouldn't be lost on everyone that we are both regulated in the Isle of Man. I think one of the most crucial things going forward is that companies are regulated in a proper jurisdiction and not one, dare I say it, one of those dodgy tax havens that also claim to offer services. I would imagine, therefore, that completion will be early next year rather than late this year. But it's a bit of a guess at the moment. If we can bring it in to late this year, all the better. But my estimate would be middle of Q1 next year. So that regulatory approval process, and for us, our parent regulator is on the Isle of Man, the others are ancillary, but that approval process is absolutely crucial. And I would say that advisors and their customers should want it to be and should be very happy that it's a proper process, and it's quite complex to go through because it shows it's being taken seriously. First, I was amazed that we kept it under wraps. I really thought it was going to leak, and it never did, and I was surprised throughout the whole process. It becomes a huge adrenaline rush, not so much at the beginning when it's a bit of a process, but the last few days when you just don't know if you have one or you haven't, and there's that real horse trading about small matters which matter to each side, and it's very exciting indeed. And it's through the hours and lawyers rewriting things till 4 in the morning, all that sort of stuff you might hope and expect. And so to win what we believe is a fantastic company with a great heritage, great future, good products, great people, yeah, it's a good feeling. So we always knew we would try and buy companies. And so far, since the management buyout, we've done 2, Clerical Medical, and now this agreement to purchase Friends Provident. Before the MBO, we had already bought Scottish Provident. Each time there has to be a specific reason why you want to try and target a company. Can you make it more efficient? Can you improve its reputation? Can you borrow each other's products? Do you operate in the same or different geographical markets? So there's always a whole process. I think we've always known that these companies would come up for sale. There are plenty of other companies that have been sold off in the international space, and I'm absolutely convinced that there'll be more to come over the next few years. So although it's a whirlwind, it's one we sort of thought would come and we wanted to embrace, and it's exactly what we're all about.